once again with Breakfast News. I'm Preeti.
And I'm Nancy Kohli, and with the next 1 hour we'll take you through the major happenings and newspaper headlines from the national capital. Also we'll go across to Thiruvananthapuram and Chennai. But first, a look at the headlines.
India win the Tri-Nation Series.
What the newspapers are carrying this morning. We begin with the Asian Age. The headline here reads cabinet nozzles in that includes setting up of 2 national universities at Rai Bareli, the home turf of Congress President Sonia Gandhi, while other decisions include setting up of a civil aviation authority that will replace the DGCA, formation of a National Capital Region Transport Corporation, bringing a new law to replace the existing Rent Act 1958 in Delhi. Let's move on to the Hindu. Statesman Mulayam law amid his party's stiff opposition to the National Food Sector Manmohan Singh to apparently express his concerns over this legislation among other things, while the ordinance will have to be placed
to be looked into. As of now, there's only one party which has really welcomed it in a way, but then there will be dissensions within the political parties themselves.
All the parties have welcomed the verdict, maybe saying in front of all of us that, it is a first step in cleaning politics, but, it remains to be seen how are the parties really going to react and really going to implement this verdict. Of course, UP has now sought Attorney General's view.
That's what I was saying, it's not going to be very easy because political parties, not all of them are going to fall in line. They're going to raise innumerable objections to this, and if the centre itself has sought the views of the Attorney General, the highest law officer of the land, I think it deserves, they're taking it seriously, they're really looking into the matter. Now whether a consensus is involved remains to be seen, and I doubt whether any forward movement in this will be achieved at all till the 2014 general elections.
Alright, the Tribune also comes out with the headline Allahabad High Court puts on hold caste-based rallies in Uttar Pradesh. How crucial is it, given the fact that notices have been sent to centre, state governments and the Election Commission for parties as well, and they have been asked to give their responses?
I think this is again very significant given the fact that the Lucknow bench of the Allahabad High Court has really come out with this, because in the very recent past it has been very pronounced with the kind of rallies that the SP and the BSP have held in Uttar Pradesh. One is a Brahmin rally, one is a Mahadalit rally, and so on and so forth. So they have actually come down heavily against it because they say this is contrary to the provisions of the Constitution. The effort is to bring all sections of people together, do away with this whole caste-based system. But on the contrary, political satraps, especially in the regions and in various states, are wooing certain sections of community, and they have been their vote bank all along. Because their entire politics depends in the way that they are able to garner votes from the Dalits, from the Brahmins, as well as from other backward classes. After all, let's not forget, they have carved out spheres of influence in their respective states and have become very powerful leaders, where national parties have had negligible impact on the electorate. So I think it is very significant. And in the overall analysis, it may help in various communities and castes coming together rather than being treated differently and on a different pedestal altogether.
And being in a divisive politics.
Yes.
All right,
Mr.
Ramachandran, thank you very much for joining us this morning and sharing your perspective. Thank you very much.
Alright, that was a discussion with the guest of the studio. Let's talk of other news now. Thousands of young people from around the world will participate in Malala Day today, a youth takeover of the UN General Assembly at the United Nations in New York, and satellite events around the world to call for a heightened commitment by world leaders to mark education for all children a reality. Malala Yousafzai, the brave girl who has fought for the right of education for girls in Pakistan against all odds, will address a special session of the United Nations.
At a time when the Taliban threatened and terrorized everyone into submission,